What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another vendor reset video. I do these every single week. Normal vendor resets on Saturday and Cassie Mendoza on Sunday. So make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with all the vendor resets. TU6 is coming up next week, very, very soon, couple of days. So we need to keep that in mind when we're looking through these pieces. Try and find all these status effect talents on the guns, like Sadist, Ignited, Eyeless, things like that will give us 30% extra damage. On your gear pieces, remember you can reroll like a blue for yellow, a yellow for blue, a red for yellow. So keep in mind whenever you're buying pieces to think about that because you might have the piece that you need. And then when TU6 drops, you can reroll it. And just always keep that in mind, all the patch notes. If you don't know the patch notes, keep up to date with them so you know what to buy for the vendor reset. So let's keep an eye out. So let's have a look. Let's start it up. So the base of operations, 511 backpack. This has got hard hitting as the talent, 4.5% crit chance and 13.5k armor, nothing too crazy there. Then we got a China Light Industries mask that has got 12% damage to elites, very low, 9.7k health on kill with capacitive. DNH holster with 12 skill haste, 4 crit chance. SIG 716 with stable and bread basket, nothing crazy from him. So come over here, we're going to look at the crafting bench. Now, I think we've got some knee pads this week. Yeah, I've got Sunate knee braces replica. So I just buy all of them. Murakami Industries right there. So just buy everything. It could be different for you guys. It probably is different. I think it's different for everyone every week. Hive mods, buy all the golden hive mods. Make sure your bench is upgraded to level 500. You need to make sure you do that before TU6 drops. Because you need to craft as many MP5s as you can and hive mods. I'm going to be showcasing the level 30 clan vendor. If we get any information of any gear pieces that are good in the lower level clans, I will let you guys know. And then I will put a link in the description, or we'll just talk about it in the comments, and I will pin the comments. So let's have a look at the clan level 30 vendor. 2% armor, that's not a good start. Overlord armaments, knee pads with hard hitting as the talent. Yellow Guard Diamondback gloves. This has got a yellow and a blue with 20% armor regen. Now we can obviously change that around for whatever we want, but self-adjusting, not really the greatest talent. Then we've got a Sokolov Concern mask with 2% crit chance, 3.6k health on kill, 14% DTE with centered as the talent. Badger Tough backpack. These have in the past had good rolls on them. It doesn't have, unfortunately, so 5.5 health, 5% crit damage, 14k health, 4.5 crit chance, nothing too special there. Now we've got Eroldi Holdings gloves. These are very nice. Kneecap is changing in TU6. If you guys don't know, if you want to apply bleed to enemies, it's different. You shoot them in the legs, and it's actually, I think it's every so amount of bullets. It's changed. It's not just a low chance. So just read up on the patch notes because we don't actually know. I heard a rumor that they're going to be changing it again, so we're going to have to wait for the live game. I think it's going to be similar to how Predator's Mark worked. They've been talking about changing it again, so we don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to waste time talking about it. Just make sure you have kneecapped ready and available to roll onto your gloves because it's going to be very good in TU6. Alp Summit backpack, 6 or 8 skill power, which is actually quite high. That's not bad. Then 1.5% weapon damage with tech support and hardened. Very nice talents. We can reroll weapon damage for like up to 9%. Very nice. I think, well, I've only got one for 9%, but whatever you guys have, you can reroll that. Maybe in TU6, you can put a nice armor roll there. Very nice for skill builds, tech support, my go-to. It's also got the 20% skill haste on the Alp Summit. Very nice. DNH holster with 13% crit chance, 2.5k health on kill. Then an M249 Bravo that's got fast hands, accurate, and greased. PP19 that's got distance and spike. Spike's very good. Keep that talent with you at all times. Spaz 12, Eyeless, distance, and Zen. This is some of the best talents you can have on the shotgun. Keep in mind, Eyeless is going to be 30% weapon damage. You could reroll this for Sadist. Optimal range is one of the best talents for a shotgun. I would say at the moment it is the best secondary for a shotgun. Premeditated and distance at the moment is very good, but these, like I said, the status effects on the gun are going to be very good, the talents, because we're going to be getting 30% weapon damage. So make sure you guys stack these talents, have distance as your secondary. It's very good. Custom M44. This has got perpetuation, Allegro, and greased. Not too great. The base damage is quite low. Then we got a Vector SBR. This has got 7.7k base damage, very low base damage, very low gear score with Killer, Allegro, and Rooted. Rooted's very good for any kind of skill build. So the vendor has been quite bad. If you guys have any idea what's in the lower clans, let me know in the comments and I will pin it. The Theatre Settlement, see what he's got for us this week. Providence Defense Backpack, this has got 5.8k health, 11k armor, 8.5% crit damage. Nothing too special here. Insulated and Safeguard. Those are very good talents there. Insulated is going to be vital for PvP because people are going to be doing 30% damage to you if you've just got this, if you're under status effect. So having 100% hazard protection is not as easy as it sounds. You can get high rolls on your mask and your gloves, but it's still not enough sometimes because of normalization. So we're going to have to gauge it when your build is live in TU6, but make sure you stack insulated. It did get a buff, so keep that in mind. That Safeguard is really good as well. If you're using BTSU gloves, I wouldn't use Safeguard, but if you have any kind of build with enough with less than 4 reds, then you need to make sure you have Safeguard. This is really good in PvE. I used to always run this and I actually miss it a lot. 150%, it's an instant heal. You can heal yourself instantly every 20 seconds. It's really good for PvE and PvP. So make sure to get this. But PvP, it's a bit more situational. But PvE, you're constantly hitting enemies, knocking them down, especially in the current meta when we don't have to have so many reds. TU6, it might be a bit difficult because all the damage mods require reds. So just keep that in mind. But Safeguard's very nice to keep in your stash. Murakami Industries gloves, it's got 973 armor regeneration, 209 skill power with Wicked. Wicked's going to be, I think it's 15% weapon damage. It's a new compensated really. So you can stack this up. It's very good. Make sure to have this. That's going to be like the 30% plus the 45% extra weapon damage just from 2 talents. So Wicked's going to be very good for the gloves, especially if you have the beautiful Fenris gloves. So I would say the holy trinity, or the 3 best Fenris pieces in my opinion, are going to be the mask, 2 talents, the glove, 2 talents, and the backpack, 3 talents. We have the knee pads, we have the chest piece. The holster is nothing too special because we have that as well. So I think those 3 are going to be the must-have for the Fenris set. So just keep that in mind when TU6 drops. We're going to go farm Fenris. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I don't know about you guys, but I would say you got to do that. Then we go to RNK. GmbH mask with 32% damage to elites. That's on the middle to high side. It's not too bad. You can get up to 47%, something like that. TU6 is going to be about 55%. So we're going to have to refarm all these masks, unfortunately. Destructive is going to be very good as the one piece. So make sure to have this talent saved somewhere on all your pieces because we don't know where we're going to want to put it. I would say it would probably be best in slot on your knee pads, but we're going to have to wait and see depending on your build. Then we've got a tactical AUG with distance and reformation. Keep in mind, SMGs are going to be very strong, so make sure you guys look for the Sadist, Ignited, and Eyeless on a SMG with Allegro, very strong. Then I've got a Blueprint, 5% weapon damage. I don't know if you guys have this as well. The Stiff Integrated Spring. Just purchase that if you do have it at the vendor. The Campus Settlement. Now keep in mind, the Black Tusk will be invading this area, so before you need to fast travel to here, you won't be able to. There will be somewhere just north of the settlement, there'll be a little link to it, like you see here, linking all the control points. There'll be a link to a settlement blockade. Just go there, you start the download on a little like tower. It only takes about 5 minutes, kill a few NPCs, and then you can just fast travel to the settlement. It saves you a lot of time running all the way there. Alright, let's see what we've got here. So we've got Alp Summit chest piece, 16.5% crit damage destructive, and 6% headshot damage. That's a shame, I was looking forward to that. Yellow got knee pads with 8.4k armor. We can re-roll that. Entrench is a very good talent. I like to use this all the time. It's going to be very good, especially on your Fenris knee pads for a sniper build. So keep this in your stash if you don't have it. An SIG 716 CQB, steady-handed, optimized, and rooted. Heraldry holdings with 9% LMG damage. That's pretty high. I think the cap might be 12 to 14%, so definitely pick this one up if you don't have good LMG damage on your gloves. Then I do have a Tactical S Super 90 Blueprint. This is currently available for me at my projects in the base of operations. I haven't bothered to do it, so here we go. Vendor resets have given it to me, so I can buy that. You guys probably will have something different or not have it at all if you have the blueprint already, because you can acquire it in different ways. So just make sure you pick up all the blueprints along the way. The Dark Zone West vendor. He's got Murakami Industries knee pads with 6% total armor. I think this goes up to about 12 or 13%. Hard hitting, 10% damage to elites. DNH holster, 517 skill power, 5.7k health. Wyvern Wear holster, this has got 31% skill haste, very nice. 5.8k health. Blacksmith, killing an enemy with your sidearm repairs 50% of your armor, can occur once every 15 seconds. This is a very strong talent that I don't see people using. It's very good, especially if you're making a pistol build, so always keep this in your stash if you guys don't have this talent. Military M9, this has got Strained, Stable, and Wascali. Dark Zone East vendor. She's got a tactical 511 chest piece with 4% headshot damage, 5 crit chance, and 610 armor. Also, well, 610 skill power. Hardened is 10%. You can see I was already looking here because Hardened is going to be very strong in TU6. Now, it's a lot of guys. I find this very funny, right? People keep spamming and telling me what they think is going to happen to Hardened. At the end of the day, nobody knows. If you think you know what's happening to Hardened in TU6, you don't know. You're just confusing yourself. Hardened in the PTS was stackable. I don't think it will be stackable in TU6. If it is, they will fix it because you can get ridiculous amounts of armor. I can have 10 reds and have 400k armor. So it's debatable. We don't know yet, so just wait for TU6. So far, Vital was not stackable, and this was in the PTS. So they said they were going to change it. We're going to have to wait and see. They might not. So just keep that in mind, guys. We don't know about Hardened yet, but always keep this because that's going to be crazy. 20% armor it will be. And if you have 2 of those, that's 40% armor just from 2 talents, especially if you have Fenris, which means you won't even be using up a slot. RNK Backpack, 9% skill haste, 9% crit chance with destructive. Roll your holdings with 7% pistol damage if you guys don't have pistol damage, and the Paratrooper SVD with Jazz Hands, Everlasting, and Close and Personal. Close and Personal is a complete garbage, just leave this one alone. Unfortunately, it's a pretty bad roll. Dark Zone South Fender, we have got an Alp Summit chest piece with 11% crit damage, 8% weapon damage with self-adjusting, China Light Industries, knee pads with 205 skill power, 20% skill haste on Surge, an M1928 SMG. This has got Optimist, Optimized, and Cannon. So the vendor reset has not been very good this week, but always keep in mind someone who has a worse build than you might need some of the items that were sold, no matter how bad you think they may be. So that's why I always put up the vendor reset in full. So that is the vendor reset for this week. Tomorrow is Cassie Mendoza, so keep an eye on that because we will be getting some named weapons. Named weapons are getting buffed a lot in TU6, so we've got to keep an eye out. Last week we got a new one. We got a Culebre, I think it was a M870 shotgun for the first time. So make sure you stick around and watch tomorrow's Cassie Mendoza. And I hope you guys did enjoy this vendor reset. Please subscribe, leave a like for more Division 2 videos, and I'll be seeing you agents in the next one. Peace out, boys.